permit to work system, and I'm sure you guys are fully familiar what is the permit to work system, how it works, why that permit is important, who is responsible for what. If our contractors are coming to us to provide some maintenance or repair services or any services we required within our companies, especially in restricted areas or in prohibited areas, how our permit to work system is guided to them, and they are enforced to follow through an agreement, because we don't issue the PO without agree the relevant terms and conditions, which contractor have to follow. And of course, as per your pre-qualification system, one of the requirement you mentioned, the contractor have to follow the SADARA's permit to work system. But what that permit is all about, it's a formal documented safety procedure. Surely you would have one procedure for permit to work procedure for SADARA. You can go back and study, re-study and see how it is compatible in line with the NEBOSH theories also. A formal documented safety procedure forming part of a safe system of work. And mostly we design that system for hot works, for high voltage electrical systems, for confined space entry, for operational pipelines, for excavation near buried surfaces, and even for complex machinery. Now, operation and application, we required an issuer, and I would say the authorized issuer. And before we issue, what things are important? Details of the work, the scope of work, where that project or activity is going to be performed in, the location, the date and the time, duration. Hazards need to be identified. Any isolation might be disconnection or blinding, or if it is confined space, and what controls and PPs we have to apply. Name and signature of authorized person issuing the permit, and then receipt, the name and the signature of the person receiving permit. So we need work permit issuer and work permit receiver. Now, if we take an example of your system, SADARA, I would appreciate if you can elaborate something, how you issue the permit and how you receive the permit. Do you have your self-approved work permits, or you use third-party training institutes to approve your issuers and receivers? What is the criteria? Who is the receiver? Who is the issuer? Like you as a customer, the permit issuer, but receiver could be your contractor, or maybe internal departmental coordination is also there, and you have certain steps to follow work permit system. My question is, are they approved only internally from SADARA management, or you get them trained from third party and then make sure they are the right person for the right job as a work permit issuer and as a work permit receiver? Because both parties have to be fully trained, they are the front leaders for that particular project or activity. What is your way up to tackle and handle those processes safely, through PTW? Yes, please. Any feedback, any idea to anyone? Like if I ask who is SADARA's authorized issuer, work permit issuer, how do you approve him actually? For easy words, approval criteria for work permit issuer and receiver as per SADARA safety system. Like we have Aramco safety system, so they have clear work permit system, like the issuer, the work permit receiver, he has to go for 4 days training to third-party training institute approved by Saudi Aramco. 4 days training, and they have to study confined space entry. One book, hazard recognition and control, another book, and the third book isolation and lockup tagout and hold tag. And after studying all three books, there would be one exam, and that exam they have to achieve with 80% marks. So third-party certification is mandatory before even that work permit receiver is going to anywhere, even apply for Aramco approval to be approved as a work permit receiver. Still another exam by Saudi Aramco, a very tight criteria. So first you have to attend and pass third-party trainings, and then later on another exam with Saudi Aramco to validate that you are the right receiver, right person for the right job. And that exam you need to pass with 90% marks. What I mean is a very clear criteria to approve a work permit receiver. But work permit issuer, of course, they have internal mechanism for this one. And mostly the CSC supervisor, they consider as a work permit issuer, on behalf of Saudi Aramco. But now I noted contractors are bound to get their CSC supervisor as well. So what is Sadara's criteria for issuers and receivers? Anyone have any idea, please?
For Sadara, we have the delegation of authority, the DOA. Okay, that is the name of the work permit issuer. Okay, they will not issue work permit until they have their name in the list of work permit.
Okay.
Not all of the issuer can issue confined space work permit and Leo or confined space. It's different.
Oh yeah, different types of permits. Yeah.
What again?
The different types of permits are there, like hot work permit, cold work permit,
Yes,
CSC.
each issuer he have list of authorized work permitting to
Excellent, Masha.
not all of them. So each issuer, they have already know what's the limit to issue. So this is
Great.
for Sadara. For work permit receiver, we have all of the work permit receiver, they will not we cannot issue for them any safe work unless they are present their training certificate card, as a work permit receiver. So
Excellent.
this is the work here in Sadara.
Excellent, mashallah. So that means the complete procedure is there, and everyone, is bound to follow that complete procedure. Excellent, mashallah. So then clearance return to work, like once the project is done, permit assigned back to the confirmed workers are finished. Work and also cancellation, permit signed to accept, area back under normal operation. Who is authorized to cancel the permit? Who is authorized to reissue the permit? So the complete procedural steps are written in the procedure for sure for PTW system, extension if necessary. And we have another small topic